You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is Bill Chee, President and CEO of Prudential Locations, LLC. Bill served as the president of the Realtors Information Network, which resulted in the largest public real estate internet site in the world, Realtor.com. He also served as director of other firms, including Hawaii National Bank, Hawaii Family Dental Service, and Institute of Human Services.
Prudential has a foundation, correct? Mm-hmm. What is that foundation for? What has it done? Can you talk a little bit about that?
It started about 25 years ago, obviously in a good year. And we were thinking about how we get involved in the community. And we had some people who did and some people who didn't. And we thought should become part of our philosophy that the company would get involved in it. And so what we did was we started the foundation. We collected money from agents, and it produced activity and camaraderie and built morale. And they actually run the foundation. So every year they go on a fund drive, they collect money, they decide every month who to give money to. But they're enjoying themselves. I mean, during Christmas, they love to do the knapsacks for the kids. They go and visit the homeless shelters that involve kids and so forth. So that it's a real contradiction to kind of the business that we're in, and that's why they like it. You know, we're out selling real estate, a high-end product, and then we're involved in a foundation. So last year, I think they collected $120,000 and distributed a like-kind amount, and they're still moving on it. I mean, they're doing a great job.
What was the inspiration behind it, of why the foundation started?
Well, it was a way that when you're busy, we used to always say you should give back to the community either time or money. And so if you were busy that year, a realtor's job goes up and down. I mean, you may have lots of time at one point, and at other times you have no time at all. So the easiest way would be at your workplace. You could say, well, I don't have much time. I can just give you money. Or I have both this time. I can look at the bulletin board and say, you know, they're painting a schoolroom today, and I'll go out and help. And some of the people have used it to bring their kids along as well. So it's great parenting skills. You know, they bring their kids out, and the kids are helping other kids. And I think it's really done well. I think we got more out of it than we put out, actually. I mean, it's just money, but we've gained more out of it than just that.
I think the obvious part when you have a foundation and they're getting together would be the charitable giving. But what are the business implications for that? So companies looking to maybe implement some type of program like that within their own company, how does that affect their business?
Well, I think it's great for morale if you can define a purpose. We don't support all charities, for example. We had to be much more targeted, and we started to select things that were almost contrary to our business. So we are heavily in support of shelters for families and that involve kids, or child and family services, things like that are almost the opposite of our clients. Who have money and who have homes. And they've stuck with that over the years. So they've narrowed their scope to be more effective, so that you won't find them, for example, supporting youth symphony. Not that youth symphony is bad, it's just that they have to key in on things that they feel they can be effective with.
Are you able to leave us with any last advice for entrepreneurs that, want to be successful, but they don't know where to start, and also having a double bottom line for their business, like you have with the community?
Well, I think being an entrepreneur almost sounds exciting, but it really means your ability to say, I'm willing to lose something. I mean, one of the things I always tell people is, in school they teach you how to calculate and add up things, but they never teach you about risk. And entrepreneurialism is all about risk, and it's all about the nerve enough to take it. If you love that feeling, if you love that thrill of putting it on the line and seeing what you get, you'll love being an entrepreneur. If you hate it, don't do it. It'll only bring you misery. I've seen people that cannot stand taking a loss try to become entrepreneurs, and they hate it. When we were losing money and starting, we loved it. That's the strangest thing. We were losing money. We weren't making much money as before, but we loved every single day we went to work. And it was the weirdest thing. And I can't explain it, but it was thrilling, So if you don't like that kind of thrill, not everybody does, and I don't like to lose. I'm just saying, if you don't like to have a situation where things are at risk, don't ever think about doing it, because it'll make your life miserable. If you love it and you're persistent enough and you know that you're willing to work, and we used to sleep at the office. It was so bad. I mean, we were working so many hours a day that, and fearful of failing that, and we did it for years. So unless you're willing to have that kind of drive, I mean, don't get into it. I mean, everyone thinks to be an entrepreneur, I'll go out and start an ice cream shop or a restaurant, or it's hard work. So think about it before you jump and collect the money from your parents and do all those other things.
Good advice.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio Hawaii.